Welcome back to CoinSara's channel. We're thrilled to have you here again. Once we get beyond this difficulty, our crypto adventure will become much more enjoyable, I promise. Now that we're moving beyond theoretical talks and into real-world uses of blockchain, this field is going to explode. More than that, it's one of the initial use cases where I can envision a variety of practical applications. Grayscale, sometimes known as public blockchains, are responsible for this report. By facilitating the tokenization of physical assets and their transfer to the blockchain, the concept's creator, XRP, has made a substantial contribution to the tokenization movement. Tokenizing assets, which will create new financial markets and lead to faster, cheaper settlement, is where Ethereum is currently leading the pack, but Hedera will take the lead in this area. Additionally, value will become even more fluid and flowing than it currently is. A completely new direction moving ahead. One of the largest and most cutting-edge tokenized securities platforms is BlackRock's XBAR, which allows users to tokenize physical assets and store them on the blockchain. They intend to tokenize all of their offerings in as many assets as possible, and they view ETFs as a technology, so this is just their initial venture into the market. Even though that's what they've decided to do, it feels rather dystopian. Their blockchain of choice is Ethereum, of course. Currently, construction is taking place there. We will delve into that topic further in the upcoming sessions. Ripple has nations like Palau, which is creating a stablecoin and a CBDC platform, but Ethereum has big corporations like BlackRock interested in providing tokenized assets on-chain. There will be no more CBDCs because the US is referring to these countries as the largest and most powerful in the world. They intend to transition us to a fully digital currency that they can control and oversee regardless of our feelings over the matter. From a macro perspective, that is how things will turn out. Whatever the case may be, Ripple will always be the first to adapt. I repeat, I think many will tokenize various assets on the XRP ledger. Nevertheless, CBDCs and government-sponsored enterprises will not be among them. I find the XRP ledger to be an interesting alternative since, unlike the other choices, it is not a smart contract blockchain. This bodes well for your ability to expand while keeping costs and transaction fees to a minimum. The forthcoming tokenization revolution will rely heavily on XRP because of this. Consider your most precious possessions on a global scale. Stablecoins are, of course, the initial significant use of this technology that has demonstrated promise. The most popular stablecoin currently accessible is Tether, but there are many others. Also, there are a lot of other instances, such as PayPal and Ripple. This is a profitable venture since you get to retain some or all of the money that people invest with you. They use the tokenized representation of your value, of course. To the right, towards the very bottom. Many new offerings are on the horizon, including real estate and gold-focused exchange-traded funds ETFs and BlackRock's tokenized money market fund, among many others. After that, there will be much more. Stablecoins, speedier payments, and cheaper CBDCs are all showcased on this page once again. The initial entrance to this market will be stablecoins like CBDCs, although Ripple is presently concentrating on tokenizing real-world assets. That is not all, though. If the value of stocks, precious metals, and real estate rises, their prices will skyrocket, allowing investors who couldn't get into these markets before to do so now. The transparency is the best part, but it's great in every way. Here we are, back in the future. The real promise of blockchain technology is in this area. Smart contract capabilities of the XRP ledger are discussed by David Schwartz in this video. Additionally, he mentioned that now, there are two tactics being implemented. There should only be one EVM sidechain because it is desirable to run all smart contracts on the XRP ledger. The last part is hooks. Right now, I'm hoping that you can transfer them to the main net. I am currently testing it to ensure it can connect to the main net without sacrificing performance, based on its ability to work on the how. It's likely that it will also be utilized on chains. There are a number of ways in which it is inferior to EVM, despite the fact that it provides a lot of functionality. Still, this has a lot of promise. This is the question I asked David as well. Even if there are valid reasons to construct unique side chains, I think Ethereum could serve as our EVM sidechain due to its pre-existing architecture and values. When you are prepared to settle transactions and transfer value effectively, we can migrate everything on the XRP ledger. In my opinion, that is what lies ahead. In addition, Ripple has put money into BOPL, an ERC-20 initiative that will power the Ethereum platform for communications. I believe that in the future, there will be more cooperation between different blockchains because we are living in a multi-chain civilization. A future when the most sophisticated blockchains can work together is within reach. At some point, the truth will be revealed, I promise. Another ETF grayscale study, Ethereum, has just surfaced. After receiving approval, it is expected to start trading later this month. However, analysts predict that its demand would be lower than that of the Bitcoin ETF, which accounted for about 25 to 30% of the demand. Because of the massive influx of capital into the site, Bitcoin has become the cryptocurrency of choice for both institutions and first-time users, but I still think Bitcoin's worth is more enticing than Ethereum's, as I've been saying. But I can tell you about this Ethereum, so I don't know about it. They will not receive any staking incentives on the initial day. The proposed crypto bill proved, however, that staking will be addressed in due course, as it is an essential and pervasive activity for Bitcoin networks. What else are you aware of? Staking as a service regulation is something that BlackRock Fidelitas is responsible for, so naturally, they would like a cut of the profits. Obviously, a portion of it will go to them. Additionally, they aim for their ETF to mimic the allure of owning the asset directly. The brand new asset class known as cryptocurrency is seeing exponential growth at a rate never seen before in human history. 30 is going to be one of the top numbers in the future. You may stake it to get rewards and invest in it using an ETF platform, so it's bound to be in high demand when it's released. I have faith in our ability to succeed, even though it will take time. I also believe that institutional investors will be eager to see how this plays out. Ethereum, an asset that is growing at a faster rate than most others, will also be used to compensate you. Give me a moment to break down this chart for you. From personal experience, I can say that this has always been the case, regardless of how the smart contract industry may be losing ground at the moment. When Ethereum's competitors catch up to it, its bull run will finish. You can never tell when the smart contract platform industry will begin to generate profits, but I'm still shooting for 2025 or the end of this one. Simply said, that is my ultimate objective. With that stated, there will be more. Also, overall, the sector has been unsuccessful. That green line is going to explode, I guarantee it. This is all just hypothetical. I wouldn't be surprised if it outgrew Ethereum in this industry in terms of potential for growth. At this time, Ethereum does include these layer 2s in its design. Optimism, Matic, and arbitrage are just a few of the more cost-effective trades available on these layers. The issue is that layer 2 transactions are currently replacing the main net as the primary source of network activity and fees. Some people are getting agitated about this, and it might make the token worth less. The next question is, what is the next step with the number of transactions on layer 2 continuing to rise? How can we increase the volume on layer 1 to accommodate them? Having a large number of transactions on layer 2 is just as critical as having them settle on layer 1. Eventually, a lot of those will calm down. Is it even feasible that we could reach that spot? Will there be a significant uptick in transactions in the short time after Coinbase launched their foundation side chain? Their monthly revenue skyrocketed to 30 million, excellent result. The Fink, dear Larry, I am conveying this message to you. It is his intention to do that. He is also aware of the amount of fraud currency and other meaningless tokens that they are trading. As if he were about to spoil everything by murdering someone, it seems. Imagine, if he were to construct it, the expenses and regulations associated with trading all those BlackRock assets and ETFs on his own second layer. On a monthly basis, his earnings will exceed Coinbase's 30 million. A large volume of transactions on layer 2 will, in time, compensate for that shortfall, in my view. Those constructing layer 2s will also not be the only ones. Terra and the mainnet are also frequented by Ethereum developers, in addition to those working on side chains for the XRP ledger. Given the size of this industry, it is likely that it will be present on many different blockchains. This is only the start, there will be many more, opportunities abound. Ethereum is only the beginning. One excellent example of that is Base. It will be a substantial sum. Whether your first investment is in Apple, Google, or Amazon is irrelevant. But it's still possible to make a ton of money. It's ridiculous. If you want to keep your winners, you need to avoid having Yahoo or anything like. For the sake of this discussion, I think that's all that's important. Seemingly, improvement is around the corner. Though it's inevitable that there will be challenges, the future of blockchain technology seems bright. At some point, people will start to feel like it's over. When these nations activate on the XRP ledger and these BlackRock ETFs go online, I think things will only get better from here on out. They will occur on ETH layers 2 and comparable occurrences, and they will be tokenized. The launch of staking as a service and the acceleration of payouts will cause a deluge of activity. Things are beginning to unfold precisely as we had predicted. Additionally, it will be enormous. The video has come to a close. Kindly consider subscribing to my channel. Farewell is on the horizon.